2-0. A lot of guys like, yeah, man, we're gonna sweep them.
The Celtics never could have imagined what was waiting for them in Atlanta, where a fired-up crowd and a young Hawks team were primed for an upset.
Cassell and Garnett, two-man game and a turnover. 3-on-2. Smith!
Atlanta's atmosphere was totally different from what we expected. We knew they'd have a crowd, but we didn't know they was gonna have a crowd.
To the astonishment of everyone, the Hawks soared back into the series.
Everything that we were experiencing was new to us, was new to this team. In a hostile environment, during the playoffs, and so, they knocked us in the mouth twice.
Horford. Ooh, and he's yapping at Paul Pierce. Al Horford has something to say, and Pierce is looking down there, walking toward Atlanta's bench. Pierce is hot.
We thought that we were the Boston Celtics, and that's all we needed to be. All we needed to do was show up with our green uniforms on, and everything would take care of itself. And, we found out that that's not going to be true.
No one could have envisioned the Hawks would make this a 3-game series, but they have, and this best of 7 is even 2 games apiece.
Back in Boston, the Celtics restored order with a Game 5 blowout.
Pierce, high left-hand dribble, down to the left side against Josh Smith, spins back into the middle, gets fouled, push shot off the window and in. This is the team that won 66 games.
But back in Atlanta for Game 6, they still couldn't shake the upstart Hawks.
2-on-1, Billy to Smith.
And what once appeared unthinkable was now a reality.
Rondo for 3, short, game's over. And the Atlanta Hawks have found a way to win 3 games on their home floor, and the series everyone thought would be over in a heartbeat is going the distance.
Unbelievable. You would have never believed it.
The Celtics hadn't expected to need their home court advantage this soon, but they were glad to have it.
Game 7, we're at the house. Everybody's going to be in the building. The fans are going to be rowdy. Looking to get this win today.
That place, when you step in there, it's electrifying. They ready to go from the start. Them fans, it's unbelievable.
Kevin gets into his, routine, all of a sudden it explodes even more.
Pierce to Garnett. The Saw crowd on its feet.
And finally, the Hawks came down to earth as the Celtics crushed their upset dreams.
Hand to Ray Allen, open 3, got it!
Another exclamation point.
Finds the trailer Pierce, behind the back to Garnett, scored and the foul. It is beyond anyone's wildest dreams the degree to which the Celtics are dominating.
We knew that we couldn't be beat at home. That was one thing we knew. Just at home was someplace special.
A blowout victory in Game 7, and the Celtics now move on to face the Cavaliers in round 2.
If the Celtics had needed a test, it was clear that they had found it and passed it.
The Atlanta series, I actually thought it was the best thing that could have happened to our basketball team.
Well, we learned a lot about ourselves through this, and I don't know what message the league took from this, but we've been trying to send messages throughout the year of when you come here, this is our home court, we're comfortable here, and this is how we play here.
Awaiting the Celtics were the defending conference champions, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and their superstar, the incomparable LeBron James.
The Cavaliers were a very, very good team. They were battle-tested. They had just come off of their NBA Finals appearance a year ago. And LeBron, he's just a special talent. He's just hard to stop. One guy can't stop him. So we knew this was going to be one of our toughest tests.
The Celtics would tackle that test the same way they had approached every challenge all season. Not as individuals, but as a team. Together, they would make sure that nothing came easy for the NBA's leading scorer.
They are making LeBron James into a jump shooter. They're saying you're not going to beat us with your strength.
LeBron spinning, jumping backwards from the baseline. Very tough shot, no good. Rebound Rondo. He's human. Rondo lead for Pierce, steps around Delonte West, scores off the window, and the Celtics have a double-digit lead.
It's a team defense here. We're not asking for one guy to go out and stop their best player. We're asking for everybody, let's stop their best player.
For LeBron James in traffic.
Great job challenging every shot.
Everybody's on the string. Somebody goes to help, somebody helps him, and then somebody helps the helper, you know, and it just never ends, and that's been a staple of our team.
Goes up, blocked. It's getting worse for LeBron. It's got to be in his head now.
And once we establish our defensive presence, you know, it's very difficult for any guy or any team to score on us.
Corralling LeBron and clamping down on his teammates, Boston won the first 2 games at home.
Away Garnett diving on the floor, and then a turnover. Here comes Garnett, here comes the roar, and a foul!
Impressive win for the Celtics here tonight, once again.
The defense on LeBron James, I mean, how shocked are you that he's 8 of 42 in 2 games?
That's what we try to do. When you look at their team, LeBron is what makes them go. And if we can somehow control him, we control their team. And, you know, with the help of the guys around me, we've been able to do that.
As the scene shifted to Cleveland, the Celtics once again enjoyed the comfort zone of a 2-0 lead. But just as they had against the Hawks, they would stumble into another bump in the road, allowing the Cavaliers to climb off the ropes and get right back in the series.
Driving on West, laid it up, and LeBron blocked the shot. Into the forecourt come the Cavaliers. West, left wing, fires and hits a 3-ball. And the Cavaliers push further in front. Over to LeBron, down deep to Bergeau, muscles it up, rim it in, and foul.
This would be their 4th straight road loss.
Exactly.
All of a sudden now mentally, they've got to deal with that.
It was on their mind because everyone was talking about it every day. Well, you won at home, can you win on the road?
The story would be repeated in Game 4, as inexplicably, the same team that dominated in Boston unraveled in Cleveland, and the Celtics' control of the series had now slipped away, as the surging Cavaliers would pull even at 2 games apiece.
A Smith screen, Posey will defend. Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life.
Cavaliers did what they needed to do. Now the pressure is back on the Boston Celtics.
Any rhyme or reason why you would be able to be so great on the road during the regular season and have had these struggles in the postseason so far?
There's no excuses for it, but I'm sure if we had that answer, then we wouldn't be probably sitting up here talking about what we're talking about. But we will make adjustments and try to turn this thing around.
But for the Celtics, the troubling pattern of playoff inconsistency would only continue. Again, they rose up on their home floor to win the pivotal Game 5. But as if according to script, they would lose their chance to close out the series on the road in Game 6. And now, they were facing another deciding game.
Looks of resignation on the faces of the Boston Celtics.
They're going back to Boston for Game 7.
It's going to be electrifying, definitely in that building. I make sure my troops are ready for this Game 7, and, you know, we can win. We know we can win, so we got to just go out there and do it.
The Celtics had the advantage of having Game 7 on their home floor. But they also faced the daunting prospect that one of the most feared players in the NBA might just be ready to explode.
We knew coming in that LeBron, he hadn't had that really big game yet. I mean, he's had some special moments. He did some things here and there in the series, but he hadn't had one of those monster LeBron games, and we knew that he was due for one.
It's a sudden death game. Whoever wins advances. Whoever loses, watch the rest of the playoffs from their living room couch.
There was one game I didn't want. It was Game 7 against Cleveland. There's an old saying, you don't want to get to Game 7 when the best player's on the other team. And you don't want to take that chance because he's capable of being great that night. And that was my fear.
You're right.
Before the game, I said, you know, how disappointed would it be for us, You know, to go home this early after all the expectations.
3 questions right here. Do I really want it? Do I really want it? And what can I do so we get it? So we